welcome back to Game 3, the semi-final between Rubber Ducky Gaming Seed 1 in Group A, up against Emotional Damage Energy, who were Seed 2 in Group B. Not bad standings for either of them. They mean absolutely nothing now, Crims, because we find ourselves in a titanic matchup. It's all to do for EDE. They can't make any more mistakes in this one. And if they're going to win with a draft like this, then it definitely needs to count, because this is very unconventional. Something that isn't unconventional is this deep invade coming in, and you can see that this is maybe predicted from EDE, but Rubber Ducky Gaming looks like they're sticking around to see if they're actually going to back off now. So at the very least, they'll get some information from that ward.
That ward walking in signaled this whole invade plan. So that was very smart ward. And I mean, so far every game Rubber Ducky Gaming, they tried something in the level 1. So wise from EDE to adapt to that. As looks like this is going to be a standard start. Both teams starting in the bot here.
Oh, missed opportunity. Can Masho get this ward in time? Feels good, man. Yeah, some gold in the pocket of Sornaz. Actually helping out with that one. So ward already down. Information received that Zach is going to be starting on the bot side. Tracking the junglers has not been something that you can say that both teams have been doing in this series, though, Crims. But for the side of Rubber Ducky Gaming, it doesn't look like they really need to do that, because when it comes to the team fighting, they just look that much better.
Okay, well, Lamb, we have seen the lane assignments now. And Pally is in that mid lane dodging this Renekton. Now, look, the Gwen still doesn't do great into the Renekton, but it isn't such a chasm of a matchup like the Gwen Renekton one. Yasuo just has such a hard time coming back versus that Renekton. Gwen does a bit better. And not to mention, Yasuo does, though, better against Seraphine than the Gwen. As we have Masho doing a full clear, Espresso is ahead right now. And Taylor Swift, looks like there's not going to be a kill available just yet. And there might be a skirmish on the top side. 2v2 or 3v3 could determine the game right up there.
Well, it's not something we're stranger to seeing, that conflict in the top side of the map with Summoner's Rift here, because that's usually where the action resides. Sornaz takes the trade off the Vesper, and Taylor Swift will throw one straight back at the opposing AD carry. But once again, usually that conflict occurs up there just outside Shelly's home, and whoever wins it, really, it spells a snowball that can go on for that top lane matchup. It's so interesting to see how Dogman will actually pilot this into Flame. Flame looking really unstoppable in this series so far. And you can't really say that he's putting the brakes on it. That form, it just keeps continuing, Crims.
All right. Espresso finishes that full clear, heading for that scuttle. Pally's fighting this mid lane, but is going to get prio. And it looks like they're hunting for Dogman here in the top lane.
Oh, slice and dice in the range, stuns him up as well. Dogman only has the ghost, so that's the other thing that goes against him. First blood over to Espresso, making that action count once again. First blood going over to the jungler of Rubber Ducky Gaming.
ADE, it's not looking good. The Renekton still is heavily favored in that matchup. And now Dogman is out of a ghost. Still has the ignite, so can stand the ground and fight. But it's going to be a little bit more dicey up there for this Gwen. Not to mention Espresso, who's been pretty much the superior jungler today, as a fight initiates here.
Oh, Cleanse actually used from Taylor Swift, not in range. Stretch to strike goes out, but it's going to be disengaged. The Nautilus just too far away. Vesper too healthy, and the damage from the virus earns a little bit of respect. The Zac gank attempt is foiled, and you can see Espresso making the most of that one. Actually picks up that crab. 2 crabs to the good, and so far it's looking really good for RDG's jungler in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're gonna get a flash. That cleanse is super good for RGD. They do spend a lot more sums down here, so they have to play it safe. But the cleanse is important because they can set up a chain combo for Espresso to follow up there. This dragon looks like no one's gonna get it right now, as top side Dogman, just due to the wave bounce, is gonna recover on that CS. He's out of the Friar for now. as Flame is really starting to cook.
He's down in CS. Well, no, he's not. I'm actually looking at the reverse row. Yasuo is in the mid lane, so Dogman is the one down in CS against Flame. He's continued his presence and made it felt. Renekton has that serrated dark now in the inventory, so we'll see how he can actually transition this to the rest of the map, because he's opted for that teleport to try and join the rest of the team. And Pally, you could say for EDE, they've taken to try and win the lanes here. Trims 2 ignites, and on both of the carries, going to see an engage. Hallowed Mist activated by Dogman, and it'll fend off the Renekton for now. Vesper gets brought back in. Sornaz dismounts, interrupts Ordaro. He gets the anchor to safety. Eating a lot of stacks, he gets the rent, takes him down to about 20% health, but he'll manage to keep that health pot ticking alongside the AD carry. In RDG, the bot lane is still nice and safe.
Yeah, Ordaro throwing himself in there to save his AD carry, as any support should. Look at this top side, though. Flame gets a back out of Dogman, and that is without expending a single summoner is going to have TP, and it looks like that wave is frozen. Dogman is in deep, deep trouble.
Oh,
Sornads.
that was so clean from Sornads. The flash crashed down. Perfect. Espresso might be in trouble here still as a flash, but down comes Dogman as well. The jungler RDG roamed a little bit too far, and that kill is going to go over to the Gwen in the top lane.
Just because your top laner is stronger doesn't mean you can just go and invade. There was no pressure. Flame was freezing it. Now it is finally unlocked. Going to bounce back to him. Oh, they're going for more, though.
Oh, this is a kill. Tainty, the Ren stacks. Makes it happen. Dominus activated level 6 on the Renekton. Means he's going to get one back. We'll be able to follow Sornads here. Actually misses a stun, so Sornads will get out of there with his life. Can't say the same for the AD carries. Both of them falling in that skirmish, but more importantly for EDE, a kill on the Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift gets that kill and denies a lot of EXP and gold from Vesper here. Looks like Vesper's gonna head to the top side. Smart, because Flame TP'd bottom to recuperate on that kill there, recovering quite a bit. And I don't think Dogman is itching to dive on this squishy Gwen here. They're going to pick up the dragon. It is possible that Michelle gets a steal. It's kind of low. No smite. No one's really ready to fight down there, as Pally's been doing just fine in this mid lane here. And so has Red Honda. Lots of respect coming out from this mid laner.
Oh, take a look at Renekton right now. Actually beelining it back up to the top side. Going to see an engage on the Masho. The Zac has to use the flash. Elastic slingshot. Now he's going to burn there. Cell division goes out. Nobody in the vicinity, which means that kill. Yeah, Espresso's going to pick that one up. Catching out the Zac here. And you see them getting picked off like that. And it's got to be a mistake. You have to respect the vision if you don't have it. And the Zac pays with his life.
They didn't exactly know where Ordaro was. Vesper was resetting, so they didn't really have a clue, and that was a disrespectful walk up from a show. Honestly, though, it's kind of unlucky, and the real problem was that flash didn't really save this Zac here, as they're getting a Rift Trail at the cost of Vesper. He's going down.
Yeah, Vesper eats another one. Red Honda is here, misses a high note. Still stacking them up here. Ren stacks happening. He's going to tank it. Oh, that's a turret tanked by Taylor Swift instead. Red Honda switches all around, gets the double kill. Espresso in trouble. North side of the river. Dogman looking to turn that into the Crocodilian man. Neither work comes out. Dogman looking for the solo kill on the Titanic top laner. He gets it.
Well, Flame had ultimate the entire time, just I guess baiting way too much, and Dogman picks up a kill. Now is a bounty, but the outplay from Red Honda, I mean, that was a bit of a risky dive with Taylor Swift's low HP bar, and the fact that Encore has not been used yet, so they had to know that it was up. Meanwhile, because of this Rift Herald steal and the kill onto Flame, this is an excellent recovery for Dogman. Dogman was completely out of the game, Lamb, and now is a chance to take over.
Espresso.
Oh, nice CC cancel.
Yeah, he needs to get out of that one. Unfortunately, doesn't have enough to actually take down the Gwen now. Sitting on a shutdown and being accelerated by those plays going over. Dropping the Herald up there. We've seen a turnaround up there in the top lane. And for the first time, really, in the series, 1,600 gold lead for the side of EDE.
EDE have found a lead, an angle. We'll see if they can take it. Because right now, Dogman is their shining star. Taylor Swift has gotten some kills. Is up. The question is that enough of a lead? And right now, it looks like it will do. But they really want this Kalista to be in a better position. Dogman, though, recovered excellently. They still have to watch out for Flame. Still strong on this Renekton right now. Anyone could get bursted out in a second by this Renekton. And that really plays well with Vesper on this Varus here. So if a skirmish were to break out, there are a lot of options for both teams to win.
Action-packed series. This one setting up nicely for this game 3. For emotional damage, energy. It's all or nothing. Anything else but the best performance that you can do in this game doesn't mean a whole lot. The finals right around the corner, and so far Rubber Ducky Gaming, they're almost there, almost over the finish line, but they're behind in this game. 11.5 into it. You see a dragon 1.5 minutes away. Dragon stacking has been started on Rubber Ducky Gaming, but Crims, do you foresee that continuing now they've rotated Dogman down here?
I think that they are going to be able to contest it on the side of EDE. And right now, it's looking a little rough for Rubber Ducky Gaming to get in there. They can contest if they want. It's going to be on disadvantageous footing if they go for it at this current state. When you just look at the control that has been placed down by EDE. So they're going to have to clear out that vision. Maybe catch them while they're backing to get rid of it. But for now, I think EDE, they have a better foothold.
Belveth waiting in the wings, going to get spotted out by Yasuo. That ward will give the information that the jungler has reset. And you can see Zac rotating around as well, but good vision from RDG. They're going to be able to spot the Zac. I believe he wasn't spotted out, actually. He just snuck by that ward.
Wait a minute.
Seraphine in trouble. Yeah, that's going to be the last breath. That's a combination that's devastating by Zac and Yasuo sweeping blade to get in range. Kill goes over to Pally in that mid lane.
All right, they get on top of Red Honda, and there's not much Seraphine can do once that situation occurs. So that Zac engage combo is working out here. And that's just going to give them even more pressure for this dragon here. And outside of some drastic mistakes, doesn't look like EDE are going to be giving up this dragon. I mean, they even have Kalista for extra secure potential as Espresso. I don't think you should be doing this. That's a 3-level difference. Just wants to get the wave.
Yeah, padding the stats a little bit. Respectable. Plus the CS. That's the enticing part of going back to that mid lane. Covering for Red Honda and that dragon will successfully. Eventually, it was very low once we last seen it. Yeah, there it goes. My show is going to claim that one. So the dragon stacking equaled out. That's going to be a delayed win condition for whoever gets it. And that'll confirm here, Crims, that's a Hextech Soul that we're going to see for the first time in the series tonight. Espresso waiting in the wings, but I believe that Dogman is a powerful foe to try and take down at this point in the game.
Half human, half dog. But all business in this game here.
I believe they call him werewolves.
No, that's half wolf. So you are incorrect.
Is a wolf not a dog? I mean, this one's getting sent straight to the pound.
Oh, no.
Oh, pound town, and that's a shutdown over Espresso. We had to jinx some of the Sarcaster curse full in effect.
Yeah, sending him to the pound, very sad day for Dogman. As we'll hope someone comes around and picks him up, adopts him. Guys, that's going to be a turret going down. And that's the first turret of the game, nonetheless. So Flame finds another advantage here with the back of Espresso. And that's going to give them secured Rift Herald if they want to go for it. Flame going to back for now, but with those Hex Gates, makes these resets a lot quicker. Hook going to go wide, and is going to quickly retreat after that.
Or Darrow not really landing them so far in this game, and any that have landed has been replied back straight away from Sornads with the crash down to make sure that you're going to defend this Kalista with your life, and it might be the way that you actually win this game. The Yasuo 2 kills to the good. We put question marks over this champion, but so far it's not doing too bad. The Encore is going to be cleansed away by Taylor Swift. Peel back, Renstack still going. Flame is actually going to zone them out. The anchor lands that time. Going to leave Espresso on the front line. He's going to get back out there. That's going to be a knock-up. That's going to be the last breath. Winwell goes out to disengage for the rest of the team of RDG. EDE turning up the heat in this mid lane, in this mid game. And they'll get 2 in that mid lane. They're looking to push in and try and take this turret.
Taylor Swift pulls Serenads out of trouble, and they don't lose a single soul in that mid-game skirmish. And I think Flame kind of just went for a bit too much of Taylor Swift hunting because he didn't do that much damage, and Taylor Swift was able to get out there. The Encore start from Red Honda did blow that cleanse, but there was no good follow-up. I think that was really the crux of the issue for RGD there. Didn't really count on that cleanse. They weren't watching the sums. Taylor Swift gets out, and the return damage was too great. And now look at this, Pally. 3-0-2. And they did take a turret on the bot side. However, it comes at the price of Pally and Taylor Swift picking up more kills. Okay,
Michelle might be in trouble
he
here.
doesn't have slingshot yet.
Flame's going to get here way before Sornaz actually does. He might be looking to still take this fight. Let's bounce. On the multiple, stuns him up. That's going to be chained back by the Seraphine or Darrow going low. Espresso has to flash out. They're going to turn their attention to the Kalista. They drop Taylor Swift. That's going to be favorable. Pally gets the last breath off on the Flame. Call the Meek, still waiting, still ticking. He's going to get it off. He's going to heal up a little bit more. There's going to be damage return again, but the Seraphine knocks him up. My showed Cell Division passive proc. The Zac started it off, and he's going to finish it with his own death. RDG fight back in this game.
Now RGD pick up a win in the skirmish, and it's Dogman on the lane this time around. Is going to be able to take over a turret as well, so this is a bit of a mirror as Pally's going to be using that wind wall, block the damage there. And this time they do get on Taylor Swift Lamb. You could see Flame right on top of that Kalista and just eviscerates her in that back line. So Flame is doing really good burst damage. Has a hard time getting out, but is just basically taking Taylor Swift out of the equation. And it looks like, again, Rubber Ducky Gaming, they're hunting for Taylor Swift.
Well, they're taking Taylor Swift out of the equation, but that equation right now is sitting on Pally. 400 gold shutdown on the ICO. He has shield bow completed as well. So it helped him out in that team fight for sure. He managed to get that last breath off, reset the Way of the Wanderer passive. That shield going to help him out even more in those team fights too. But getting through this Seraphine, the healing now, the factor is going to be that these extended team fights are not going to favor EDE. With that Seraphine on the board as well, managing to continually throw out these healings as much as he can, especially on Flame. And once you get that stack now, Blade of the Rune King complete for 2 members inside the RDG in the form of the Renekton and the Belveth. So these fights are going to be that much more enticing. Crimson's going to be very hard to try and look away, even though that's my job. If I look away, then really there's no play-by-play, so that's kind of how it goes. Shelly actually dropped on the second tier in the bot lane, but pings are going down to that dragon.
Alright, true facts coming out from Lamb. Of course, Lamb doesn't want to look away, as he said. Flame, though, just picking up free turret, uncontested. EDE really over-indexing for this dragon here. They're eventually going to send Dogman up to respond, and that could have left them in a 4v5. Fortunately for them, Rubber Ducky Gaming don't go for it.
Marshall manages to get out of there with the cheat code, elastic slingshot over the wall. That anchor from Ordaro just a little bit behind, and they'll manage to get a second attempt in that mid lane. No, they're actually going to beat off it. So Taylor Swift collecting that gold again, actually behind in the CS department for the first time in the series. Fun fact, Crims.
This is the closest game by far. 20 minutes in, no team really has secured the win, and now it's actually EDE with the improved dragon stacking. Hextech's good for both of these teams here, so anytime they pick up a dragon soul now, it's just good all around. They have so many auto attackers, and the slow is going to do wonders for catching people out, picking up those kills. And now we're making it to a Baron, and that is going to be another objective on the table. There is 2 Blade of the Rune Kings on Rubber Ducky Gaming side, plus the Varus with % health damage. So they could really go for a Baron quite quickly. On the opposite side, Taylor Swift on the Kalista also has the Bork, but has that Baron secured. So both of these teams could threaten this Baron. It's going to be tough to know if they have the guts to pull the trigger, but it would be playable by both sides.
Gotta feel that that's a big talking point in this game so far. Bigger talking point is Flame against Dogman here. Hollow Mist comes out, Needlework going to trade back. Gets ultimate out of the Renekton at least, but has to run away. Ignite and Ghost used on the top laner of EDE, giving up pressure over that Baron. Now you can see the wards are being pushed forward relentlessly from Robert Ducky Gaming. They're looking to get it done here. There might be a desperate attempt for Flame's life. Stretching strikes lands, gets a flash out of him. He's out of range, so doesn't get pulled back. And Pally going to continually push down on the second tier in the bot lane, answered by Red Honda only. The Seraphine sitting with the teleport, and Pally, of course, has that ignite, so cannot join the team if they make this Baron call.
Okay, they are doing it. There are some guts in EDE, and they are going to be going for this, but they're going to get surrounded on all sides. Flame is here, and now it's an absolute disaster.
Oh, 3v4 engaged. They're just going to get torn apart in the corridor. Sorna to focus. Flame goes in. That's going to be a kill over Red Honda. Espresso getting the resets. Going to accompany that one. Robert Ducky Gaming say we've had enough. Telly-tallying in this game. That Baron belongs to us.
They eviscerate 3. They don't lose anyone, and now they're turning right onto this Baron. There is no TPs on the side of EDE. They're just relying completely on split push pressure here, and it's burning them a little bit. Odara's going to get out of there. He's quite low, and they have Flame protecting the turret, so they don't lose an inhib turret at all. Rubber Ducky Gaming just find the angle when EDE calls them out on the Baron, and that bluff Lamb was called out swiftly.
I mean, if that's a game of poker, you're walking away with all the chips in that case, all the chips in the form of a gold lead. 1800 Baron power play now online for the side of Rubber Ducky Gaming. They've grasped back that lead in this game, and when they have a lead, they never want to let it go. So we'll see how much they can actually get done on the map right now. Neutral state has been pushed forward, but look at the ward coverage. I mean, it's lights out right now for EDE. Potentially in the game state as well, and in this series, this is basically the last stand. They have to try and withstand this Baron push because it's coming thick and fast. They got Renekton pushing in the bot. You see maybe desperation attempts are going to be made on Flame's life to try and stop this push, but they're 2-3 strong in that mid lane. Seraphine hovering over the Renekton so they don't even get him. Nautilus can shield this push as well.
Pally's trying to split push, but he's going to offer no defense, and he can't outpush Baron on 2 especially. So now it's just going to be stacked in the favor of Rubber Ducky Gaming. They're going to go for an inhib. There's no one there to defend. It's completely wide open. What are you doing, emotional damage?
Emotional damage might have been sustained here. Sornat's going to be the focus. That change of Crumpsy goes wide, but the encore does not from Red Honda. It's looking like your series MVP. There's multiple being fought back. Taylor Swift throwing the spear's only going to be on one, but it doesn't matter. The team are falling at the gates, and the gates are hell to withstand the heat that's coming out of Flame and the side of Rubber Ducky Gaming. They get the 3 kills. Only Pally and Taylor Swift remain, but they're not enough to withstand this push. Nexus turret's under threat now. Taylor Swift comes out firing. All cylinders. Pally rooted up. Cannot get it done. Gets executed from the endless banquet. And that's exactly what's happening. RDG are going to the finals of Conqueror League.
Rubber Ducky Gaming absolutely stamping out the competition in their series so far. I just can't believe emotional damage energy go out in 0-3 fashion, Lamb. I don't think anyone expected that. At least putting up a fight here. And Rubber Ducky Gaming just in dominant fashion swept all through their series, looking like they are actually the team to beat. The Invitational was just a ruse the entire time, Lamb.
I mean, it was there for the taking at certain points, but you can never write this squad off. Rubber Ducky Gaming, pull it back. They get that gold lead. It only takes one Baron. You don't want to answer them. Okay, we're going to continually push. They can see the whole map right in front of them. and man, they made emotional damage energy pay. You can see maybe a little bit of tilt set in at the very end there, but becoming a semi-finalist, I should say, in the Conqueror League, that's no underachiever at all. Definitely went up against it in a team that's in hot form, very hard to stop right now, and probably looking like a favorite to actually take the championship in Conqueror League. But big but they've still got another hurdle to come in the form of the final, who we will see Elysian Blaze actually take on Dorado, and they'll see who they'll actually meet in the final there as well. But again, Crims, let's actually go back and see what all went wrong for emotional damage energy. What happened in that game? Because Kalista looked fine. Dogman was having a great game, and the switch from Pally actually saved his life for most of that game. But the Yasuo went full Yasuo mode in that game. What happened?
You know, they didn't really play the peel game very well. Emotional damage energy, you don't have TP on your solo laners. And yeah, they can get pressure, and they are. They're pushing back their opponents, and they're getting turrets, especially Pally, just in the face of Red Honda, taking multiple turrets. But if you're going to be doing that, you have to be able to avoid the incoming engage from the side of RDG. And multiple times, over and over again, they weren't able to get out. They were outnumbered. Flame comes in with a TP, or Red Honda comes in from a TP. They're caught in a disadvantaged position. Pally is all lonesome. Yeah, he's getting a turret, but your team's getting wiped. Doesn't seem like a value trade there. And that happened multiple times. And they had a gutsy call at Baron, and I could see the thought process. Pally's going to get a free turret, but they couldn't get out multiple times. And that is just going to be how that game turns out. Just completely, I don't know. Maybe EDE frustrated, flustered. The calls weren't there. And when their strategy around Taylor Swift being a scaling monster falls apart, it looked better in this game, but it didn't look like they knew how to play it out.
Well, not knowing how to play out is a big part in League of Legends. You have to know how to play out in order to actually win the game. But let's take a look at the damage charts, and we are going to say big happy birthday to Vesper. I don't want anybody rioting on my watch. No riots. No riots at all. Otherwise, I get Crims on you, and then it's, whoa, wait a minute. I need to hold him back. Happy birthday, dude. Congratulations on making the final. Crims, take a look at the damage charts here. Are we surprised by anything? I mean, Belvet is pretty stacked up there, leading the charts here, and was involved in a lot of the play, it has to be said as well. And, of course, that's resembled in that top lane through Flame. Flame and Espresso, I mean, synergy of the series, I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah, I think Espresso and Flame multiple times got some good skirmishes, especially this game. Espresso just, I mean, just gonna say it, out jungled Michaud, was the better jungler on this day. That last game solidifies it, as there's nothing that they could do to stop Espresso in each of these games. Knew exactly where to be, playing with the team. And on this game, got to play scaling. And then in the team fights, there was no answer, just sitting in that front line doing so much damage, as well as providing CC. So Espresso, I think the most consistent member in performance in the entire series. I think going to be my MVP. I think Flame is a close number 2. I think that it's really close. And then the rest of the members, or Ordaro, Vesper, and Red Honda, they also had their moments. So it's a team diff at the end of the day, but I'm going to give it to Espresso.
Well, across the board, I mean, when you have teammates who complement your playstyle, that is the result of it. And of course, Rubber Ducky Gaming, they move on to the Conqueror finals. We can't wait to see who they actually play. Actually, that game is ongoing still. No spoilers. And of course, after this, we should be raiding the Elysium stream. So just to kind of close out here, Crims, I know that this is cement in the final. Very convincing win, you have to be said, from Rubber Ducky Gaming. They go 3-0. Unfortunately for emotional damage energy, we bid them a goodbye for now. They might be back around, but for RDG, do you think they got what it takes to go all the way and lift this?
You know, it certainly looks like they have it. Question is, who are they going to be facing in the finals? That's really going to be determining who you think is going to win matchup wise. But certainly, if you play heavily through your AD carry, Rubber Ducky Gaming, they have a very solid strat against you.
Absolutely, and it was not fended well by Taylor Swift, of course. Bidding farewell to a very consistent AD carry, just falling short at the last hurdle before the final. And of course, guys, thank you everybody who's joined us tonight, Wednesday night. entertainment on Titan is certainly something that we like to take part in. And of course, once again, that clip competition, man, you need to get them in. I'm sick and telling you. I mean, that holiday is going up every single time, and I mean, Sam's just pumping the money into it. So in order to be there, you have to be doing it. There's no more predictions, no more clips for tonight. So I want to thank everybody for joining us for the whole duration of the stream. If you're here since the start, thank you. It's definitely been a pleasure to cast the games tonight. We bid farewell to EDE. Pleasure to cast all your guys' games throughout the season. So thank you for that, for all the entertainment, the laughs, the good times, and unfortunately the last time. And Rubber Ducky Gaming, congratulations on making the final. We look forward to casting that one. So from me, Lamb, from Krems, and from our producer, Looking, and everybody at Titan Esports, we bid you a good night. God bless, and we'll see you the next time the finals of Conqueror rolls around.